All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we were talking about the amazing minor pentatonic scale. Now, without revealing the secret, the minor and the major pentatonic scale are kind of one in the same. They are connected to each other, but we're not going to get into that today. We're just going to talk about minor pentatonic and thinking about it in terms of a way to generate bass lines and grooves. And it's very, very useful. You're going to hear it in so many funk and rock and R&B tunes, blues tunes. And you can use it as a great starting point. But basically what we want to do is mess with the rhythm and the feel of it, right? So if you're just learning about minor pentatonic and you're just getting that first position, or maybe you're working through all the positions, but then it's like, what are you going to use it for? So let's look at some different ways we can use this minor pentatonic and set up some different grooves. So first and foremost, what I want to do is kind of give you a specific shape that we're going to use today for today's lesson. Now, if you think about if you're just getting going with this, which is who this video is really geared towards, people just starting learning minor pentatonic, because again, it's a very versatile scale and we can use it in a lot of different ways. I'm going to be very rudimentary today with it, but the basic shape that most people learn, I'm going to do this from A, and we've got the root where we use the first finger, the minor third using the fourth finger, then we play the fourth using the first finger on the next string, the fifth using the third finger usually, the flat seven using the first finger again, and then using the third finger again to play the octave, the A. Now if we keep going up to the next string, we can play the minor third with the first finger again up an octave, or the 10th, and we can play the 11th up an octave, which is often might refer to as the 11th, right? But this is your very commonly used first position is the way I learned it. But what I want you to think about today, what I'm going to use more of, and again, we can expand on all up in the board, and I'm going to do some videos on that, so stay tuned on ways to get free on the pentatonic. What we're going to focus on today is working from using that flat seven, but an octave lower, an octave below our root. So our root is A, our flat seven is G. So we've got the G, the A, and then also utilizing the minor third on the third fret, as opposed to up here using the pinky, right, on the ninth fret, or the eighth fret rather, right? So that's kind of our shape that we're going to basically focus on using today. Okay, and again, for the sake of the video, I'm going to just try to stay within that shape. So let's look at some different grooves using this pentatonic shape. So you can see in these two types of grooves, very different, right? One's more rock, one's a little bit more soulful and groovy, right? But I'm playing the same scale. I'm playing an A minor pentatonic scale. And they're almost the same bass line, right? I'm trying to do that on purpose. I wouldn't necessarily play these exactly. I mean, I would play it what's appropriate with the band, what the songwriter or the leader of the band wants to hear, but I'm just trying to demonstrate where you can use the minor pentatonic and how you can break out. If you break out of the shapes, you can get different ideas. But really, the concept is just kind of establishing a strong one feel, even though I might be playing the seven or even the three, and then kind of an answering part to the first part of the bass line. I'm being very vague here, but if you just kind of mess around with your scale and get out of just, I mean, you do have to, you got to do that to get the facility, but then start playing around with how can you make a bass line, right, using pentatonic scale. Some other little tricks, are off beats, not just on the beat, but using especially I want to get it funky, or sliding into notes. Right, I love doing that, and that's again what this shape really is conducive for. Getting the little vibrato, right? So we're just giving some color, we're giving some character to the notes of the minor pentatonic scale. This next tune, what's kind of interesting about the minor pentatonic scale is within it, I can actually play a 2-chord progression because, and not to get too crazy on the theory, but if I'm playing the root and the minor third, and then I play the 5th and the 7th, I'm outlining a minor 7 chord. If I play the 4th and the octave of the 3rd, I'm outlining a 1-5 flat 7, which could fit inside what's called a dominant 7 chord. So what's missing would be that major 3rd. But what's interesting is that I can play just a minor pentatonic over 2-chord progression. Here, like, check this out. So in that little jam there, right, again, we're kind of going from A minor 7 to a D7 chord, but I'm just playing the minor pentatonic again, and not to be totally annoying, but I'm staying pretty much in that shape, right, where I'm outlining that first chord, root, minor 3rd, 5th, and then playing the 7th. Then I'm sort of outlining, or not sort of, but I'm outlining the next chord. That would be the root of the next chord, and then that's the 7th of the next chord, okay? And then I'll cheat a little bit and play the 4th and the 5th. But you see how I'm playing, which could also be thought of maybe as leading to the next root chord, right? The one beat, if you will. Okay, but I thought this was kind of interesting. I never really thought of it this way. I'm always thinking primarily of chords, not necessarily scales, but it's good to do both, right? So again, just another idea, another way of utilizing your minor pentatonic over different feels, different grooves, but then even sometimes you can use it over a 2-chord progression, specifically that minor 7 to the dominant 7 chord progression. So anyways, guys, I hope that gives you some ideas and it kind of expands your perspective a little bit on the minor pentatonic. The next video I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some exercises that'll really kind of stretch you out a little bit more and give you even more insight, more versatility, I should say, on the fretboard. So stick around for that. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we've got that free PDF still down below in the description, 10 tips for beginning bass players. Also, we have a free bass online community called the Bass Corner. It's a lot of fun. There's some free lessons. There's some weekly lessons, community contribution, you know, just a support group, if you will, a place online for bass players to get together just like yourself. So we'd love to have you join us. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, if this gave you some insight, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, guys. Take care. Keep on thumping.